Welcome back to Single Tree Nation, guys. I'm your man, Charlie Evelyn, and as always, we have our illustrious co-host, Mr. Derry Wells, with us today.
What's up, everybody?
We have a special guest.
Twice booked.
Twice booked.
That's why I brought the sandwich.
See, that's a little makeup gift, right?
I love it. I love it. Look, guys, we have...
That just means you're doing business right. Like
Yeah,
that's
you're
what
just
that
doing
means.
business right. So, to jump right in, we have Jason Flores. Did I say that correct?
That's right. Yep.
From Mr. J's Original. I love that. If you
would y'all call it a diner
the
or
burgers on
a
there
sandwich shop or
killer.
It's kind of, I call it like a burger stand / diner.
Okay. Because I check out the social media and like the interior like looks phenomenal. Like it's got that kind of diner vibe to it, but it's modern.
But yeah, exactly. A little more modern.
Yeah, exactly.
The place that was there before, some people probably have been there. The Hermitage Cafe.
Oh, okay.
And that was a full scale diner. So
Yes.
we try to keep a little bit into that, maintain some of that vibe.
Okay.
Diner, classic diner.
Good for you to have a follow up on somewhere where folks have known to eat already too. So
Yeah, I mean, there's some shoes to fill. Like they were there 30 years.
Right.
So, you get some people that come in and they wish the old place was there, but they have a few of these sandwiches and we get them,
get them hooked in, right?
hooked in, yeah.
Very well. Speaking of sandwiches,
I should have taken these out before we got live.
that did not take long.
Those are just pickle slices. Kind of, some people feel like they go hand in hand. So
Look, I am a fat kid, so
Can we talk about pickles for just a second?
yeah, we can talk about pickles. He probably knows more about pickles. Than I do.
So hang on. I love a pickle served with my sandwich.
yeah,
And there's a local joint that serves a pickle with their burger. And we were there recently. They changed pickles.
yeah, it happens.
And it wasn't that the other one was more or less premium than the new one. And ultimately, it's a pickle. I mean, the flavor's similar enough. But it was a different pickle.
Yeah,
And it kind of threw me off. And I wasn't upset about it. But what I did notice is even the little subtleties of you just throwing that little thing in the basket changes.
you notice that.
You notice that. I wish they had smell-o-vision because the smell that is wafted across this room, it looks like I'm gonna be doing the show while you finish off that sandwich. So
Pretty good. Huh?
Y'all give me a minute. Bro.
that is like seriously, smell-o-vision is much needed here. That is phenomenal.
I mean,
Keep going.
Yeah.
they did remember. I mean, they've been sitting. We did come from Nashville, got some traffic.
It's all
for an
good.
hour. I mean, wish they were
What,
fresher,
traffic
but-
at 4:30 in the afternoon? What you talking about? So
I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Stop what the hell you doing, and go get one of these.
here's what's funny enough. Me and my son don't overlap on a lot of social media, especially in
That is delicious.
things outside of a very specific category. My son follows you, and I didn't know it until he started popping up that he'd already liked your stuff, and I was like, "This rascal's already," And so
The young kids know their stuff.
they do, absolutely. And we were talking pre-show about where you can start using Google or search engines or whatever as formats.
Right.
And like I'm a high school teacher. That's my full-time job.
Okay.
And so like my students will give me input all the time.
Yeah, I'm
They're
sure.
like, "Hey, you thought about this? You should do this. Why don't y'all do this?" I have never once stated in my class that I do a podcast. I just don't think those worlds should overlap a whole lot.
Right.
But kids find it because they're good at what they do.
They find it. Yeah.
And so they came in and they start this and that. And what I learned is what we do as an older generation, anybody born before 1985, is a lot different than what they do. Like
a lot different.
I use text message. I've got friends that or students rather that don't know the last time they sent a text.
Really?
Because it's all through social media conversation, whether it's direct message, slide in the DMs, whatever, and that kind of whole thing. And so that's what they do. So kudos to you. At least, I mean, now my son does go to Nashville a lot more than I do, so that also speaks to that. But anyway, you ready? We go.
You got this. I got a sandwich and a half left. Because I might eat your hand.
No,
if you go
I
after
will fight you for that based on the smell.
it. Man.
Yeah, people like this stuff. They drive from all over Clarksville, and occasionally, like with barbecue, you run out. I mean, you don't want to, but
Yeah.
sometimes the brisket goes or the ribs go first.
You make that in your restaurant?
We bring it in brined, but we smoke it and we steam it. Yeah,
Heck yeah.
every
That
day.
is delicious.
Yeah, hand cut by us every day. Yeah.
Is y'all's bread sourced local?
No, the breads like the brand Amoroso, the Philly rolls.
Okay.
We bring those in.
Okay.
We
good.
tested a lot when we opened. We looked at a couple local bakeries, but the one that we liked were these Philly rolls. They come from Philadelphia. And,
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with getting something from the hometown there.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
toast
that's
very well. They hold the bread like that. It's been sitting probably over an hour, but it kind of holds it, holds it well.
So for those people at home, and just so I don't mess it up, what all is on it? Like that sandwich
On
you
that
brought to me,
sandwich?
what is on there?
It's a little over half pound of pastrami. That's it, just meat. We serve it meat and a toasted roll. And then occasionally, people ask for a mustard.
No sauce?
Spicy mustard. No sauce.
No nothing. No kraut.
Smoked, brined, and
But
steamed,
what's
and that's
killer
it.
about it is it don't need it.
Yeah.
There's the meat is so flavorful and so y'all seen that dude on TikTok?
Like-
the tendonism?
like that is.
You seen that?
Can you get that, Trent?
Bro.
Is that? I mean, that is.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, with some little pickle slice there. You got
Mm-hmm.
he likes the pickles, so you should give him a little.
Do you make these?
No, we get these. I bring them in, but they're. I don't even
What's
know
your
what they're
opinion
called.
on house-made pickles? I am, and this is, I'll be honest, I'm selfishly asking because I've been thinking about making house-made pickles.
That does not need.
They don't need nothing.
Doesn't need
anything.
much, no. Pickle's more like a little luxury. You bite
Sure.
into that.
It's clean,
it
it's crisp at
doesn't-
the end,
yeah, it doesn't
maybe,
need
but-
anything. Yeah.
That doesn't need a sauce. That holds its own weight right there.
Yeah.
That is delightful.
So going back to that question, I tried. I'm all for stuff that's made, especially pickles. I like pickles different ways, cut different ways, but I try to limit at being, in the restaurant business. I try to keep things a little more simplistic on our staff,
Yep.
just so we can kind of focus on output and consistency.
Mm-hmm.
They say like perfect the details, but also limit the details, the number of
Yeah.
details. So that's kind of, I don't want to throw too much in there for everybody to do, because then it just kind of increases the variables of like.
I love it. I'm the same way.
Messing
Keep
up.
it simple and just do it better than everybody else.
Yeah.
That is righteous.
Consistent. And that's,
that
that
is-
is a hell of a sandwich.
That is absolutely righteous.
Like, I can't wait to eat the other half. But we got a show to
I'm
produce.
glad
here,
I
so-
missed the first one that we had planned, because I wasn't planning on bringing the sandwiches.
well,
Bro,
well done. Thank you.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, you just became a family member with that.
Right on.
Yeah, that might be my Thanksgiving meal.
And
Get
like
that catered.
genuinely, that's. I'm going to sit here and rave on it, but it's
Look,
that's wild.
I'll be 1,000% honest with you, bro. I smoke pastrami myself.
Yeah.
That's good.
Help me, the non-restaurant guy, out. Visually, pastrami favors brisket.
It's the same thing.
It is the same thing. It's just
Yeah,
what
the
it's
difference
brined
is-
in and
the difference
cooked.
is brine.
Okay. Okay. Cool. See,
And how it's cooked will change whether or not it's pastrami or not.
Yeah. This like has a bark. Obviously, the bark's different. The
Right.
seasoning, this
Right.
more coriander based and heavy pepper. It's also like the navel cut of the brisket. I'm familiar with that. I'm still not an expert on the difference between a standard brisket, but I know these are navel, so there's a lot more fat marbling in there.
Okay.
Like if you see it, can't see it so much now, but before we played them, there's a lot of marbling in that meat. So it's fatty, but like the kind of fat you want.
Right, right.
It just looks good.
Back in towards the point.
okay. That helps me out. I know what the point is. So I'm just a backyard barbecue warrior. I don't know this kind of stuff, so I would have never known
Yeah.
this the same cut or similar cut with just a different brine. So that is
Well, that'll play into our opening. We are sponsored by Toast Tab, or Toast POS system.
Oh, okay.
They are a primary technology partner in the restaurant. They partner with us here on the show. Amazing company, amazing people. The POS system's awesome. If you're not using them, we can talk about it later. But they
Shout out to Toast. I'm already using them.
There you go. See, they're incredible. I just got back from Boston a couple of days ago. So they, but they started doing something when when I first got to. Excuse me.
Good.
Yeah, I got choked up with the pickle there. They ask everybody what their favorite kind of toast is. So
It's like bread.
yeah.
You're the
I
first
said the
one that
same
thought
thing.
that. We all thought like your favorite
But
cheers.
I was thinking like,
you know,
what's your favorite cheer? So, so we do a segment on the show and just ask you what your favorite toast is. So, if you're eating toast, what would be your favorite toast?
My favorite toast. I don't know. I would say I'm torn between sourdough toast that my wife will make me once in a while, or I go to a diner. I like just plain white toast with some corned beef hash on there.
Ooh,
You know,
corned beef hash.
that's an appropriate answer.
I like corned beef hash.
Here's what is funny. When we first started the thing about toast and different kinds of toast, my simple, goofy self was like, white? Like, I don't know. Like, and I didn't think about
Sourdough with
right,
butter.
you know, grape jelly. I don't know. Which, by the way, you want to start a fight amongst high schoolers? Make them choose between strawberry or grape jelly. That's fantastic discussion. I mean, just right at the simple heart of it.
Yeah,
So,
I'll do that later on. Thank you.
okay, there you go.
That's good.
I think strawberry wins as a general just observation.
yeah.
But
I would take strawberry.
I would too. But it's
I'm a neither.
Neither.
Go figure. Blackberry jam.
blackberry's where it's at. It's just not the popular one.
No,
If
it's
I make
not
a
by
picture
any
too,
means.
yeah.
It's my old soul is what it is.
Old soul.
So if you had a toast to give, what would be a good toast that you would give? Obviously, it needs to be appropriate for children and radio.
Are we
but
we're still talking about bread toast, or now we're talking about the other?
No,
Cheers.
now we're talking about cheers. Yeah.
Salud.
Tough one. Yeah, I'd probably say salute. I keep it short and
Yeah.
sweet.
That's it.
Yeah,
Salute. You know,
I love it. I
that'd
love
be
it.
That'd be probably about it.
What are you giggling about?
Every time we talk about
Toast.
a toast, Scott Spainhour had one from that he brought back from Germany when we were in high school, and it's not radio appropriate, but it is hilarious, and it's what runs through my mind every
single time.
because I can watch him do it. That's the problem. So anyway, old high school friend who was
See it in the back of your
how do you
head.
say, rough around the edges.
Yeah.
And he he was just a big personality. That's the way I'd tell my mom. That way it didn't sound bad, right? He's just a big personality, mom.
Spanky had a
So,
personality.
oh man, still does.
What's
Absolutely.
that? I can't. There was a few I've thought of, but I can't remember them right now. Something like Spanish, they'd say up, down, but I couldn't think of them. So
We'll look it up. Spanish toast. Remember that. We're gonna check it out. It's outstanding. So let's talk about Mr. J's for a minute. So you, when did you guys open?
July of last year, July 2024, we opened. Took about 10 months of construction renovation on that building there, the one that's on those mugs. Yeah, it came together. We did a little grand opening July 15th, and kind of just been punching ever since. You know?
So now you had a business prior to this as well, correct?
Yeah, we had a business. Well, depending on how far we go back. So we're originally, my wife and myself, kids, we're all from California, Southern California. So we
Okay.
moved
What part?
here to Nashville about 4 years ago.
Like San Diego, Southern California?
Yeah, like Orange County, LA/Orange County area.
Okay.
That's where we're originally from, but we moved here, and so going back to the business, we had like a shoe care business. My wife and I, foot care, shoe care, shoelaces, some shoe cleaner. We sold to sold products like Nordstrom, Target, Staples, and then 2020 came, changed everything. It became more essential, essential products and stuff.
Yep.
So the orders kind of evaporated essentially overnight. So we kept it going. Amazon was still useful and everything, but kind of just wanted to shake off of that. Kind of had always looked at doing a restaurant and or multiple restaurants.
Why would you ever want to work in a restaurant?
Kind of more preferred managing and owning restaurants. I mean, I don't necessarily love flipping the burgers.
Well, that's what I
and
mean.
all that,
Like, I mean, you go from had you worked in a restaurant prior to
yeah.
this?
So that's why I was saying I don't know how far back we want to go, but before the whole shoe care thing, you know, basically I'm trying to give you the short version of the story. My dad, my grandfather, you know, my dad's brothers, they started a pretty big tortilla company going way back to the 80s.
Okay.
Very successful.
Yeah.
Then they moved on to a supermarket chain, which also was very successful. Inside those supermarkets were little Mexican restaurants.
Okay.
And that was kind of where I went in and was helping them. And I did the buying, you know, buying all the meat or, you know, all the produce and watching,
Yeah.
you know, cost for plates and stuff like that. So I got into it, kind of developed a passion for that. But then that company they sold the business back in California. So
Gotcha.
kind of was left, end up from there, doing more office stuff for them and with some other stuff they were doing. We started our business with the shoe care. Did that for about 6 years, 7 years. We sold that. And then kind of still had the itch for the restaurant, you know. I didn't really get my fix with them. I was just starting to hit. We were doing like online ordering. This was back in it's not where it's at. It wasn't where it's at now. You know, now you can build a website in 2 minutes and do online ordering. It wasn't like that. So we had a nice thing built, but right when we got everything going, catering, some nice boxes, they sold it. So right when I was kind of getting in the groove, we were doing some good stuff over there. It ended. So I kind of didn't get my fix, and I wasn't done. I barely started. So led us out here, Tennessee, a lot of opportunity, just growth, and it was kind of intriguing to us, you know.
So let's stop there, because if I'm in LA, I'm not throwing a dart at a map and hitting Nashville.
Right.
So how did we get from
here?
LA? Because I have multiple buddies in LA.
Yeah.
And they joke all the time that they're gonna move here.
Tell the story.
But
Tell the story.
See if we have the same story. So I mean,
if you can't hear, that's his wife in the background.
it was for
outstanding.
sure her idea. You know, we would take our trips out.
So the
here,
boss said we're moving to Nashville.
No.
kind of, but no, not. I wasn't for it though. I mean, she wanted to, but we would take our little trips, but we would kind of butt heads because I was a California palm trees guy, and I could never see myself.
In boots and a cowboy hat.
Yeah, just leaving California,
got you.
it wasn't going to happen. Arizona, Texas, it wasn't going to happen.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So we would come here and have our trips, but I'm like, it's cool for vacation, but I'm not going to live here. I'm not leaving Cali, you know. But the more we started coming, I kind of changed my perspective a little bit. I would see the growth, you know. LA was just kind of getting difficult at that time to really do anything, to open a restaurant or trying to go in there.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. So it was almost like an impossibility. But you'd come out here, we'd touch down, we'd be driving through areas, and it's just new restaurants. And there was a fire here that I hadn't seen in a long time.
Right.
You know? And that's what kind of changed my lens a little bit. And as soon as I started looking at it like from a different perspective is when, like, okay, I guess I don't need California. I saw a new thing here that was more exciting, you know, intriguing to just go for it, you know. So we kind of basically sold the house, sold that business, came over here and just kind of with our 3 daughters and just kind
How
of
old
with
are
the
the girls?
intention of putting roots down here. They're older. 16's the youngest, 19 and then 22.
So they were old enough to object.
Yeah.
Did they?
kind of.
Yeah.
That was the hardest part. We were nervous because you got teenage kids.
Right.
That's going to be the hardest
Their
part.
whole friend base is built around, right?
Yeah. I always said, like, if my parents would have told me when I was 16, we're moving to Tennessee, I'd be like, I'm not going anywhere. It's not going to happen. It wouldn't have been easy, you know?
Yeah.
Sure.
But they went, they trusted us.
Now
you know?
you're adult children, right? They're 19 and 20, 22. Is that what you said?
Yep.
Are they here?
They're here, yeah. So the first one, she kind of got the head start.
Nice.
The oldest one went to Lipscomb.
Okay.
So she was actually technically here before we were, dormed, kind of got the head start. So we would take trips just because we were visiting her.
Yep.
We'd go out, started looking at homes. She kind of liked it because her mom and dad were coming to town.
Sure.
Very frequent, you know.
Yeah.
And she had kind of made some of her own roots too, so she's starting to kind of
So she already kind of start making friends and, you know, working, getting internships and stuff. So she started to feel the city a little bit, and then the kids would come. The other two would come with us. You know, we're going to Nashville again. Kind of like warmed them up to it a little bit. It wasn't like too much of a sudden transition, I think, for anybody.
Nice.
And now,
You didn't drug them to put them on the U-Haul and just say, here we are, right?
Here's some Benadryl. See y'all in the morning.
That's right. Take another dose. 13 hours later, we'll get there. So.
We knew we had to get them to love it, you know. And,
Yeah,
and
sure.
they do. Now they have more friends here. They have more work and stuff. And we still have a lot of family back home.
Sure.
So, you know, we definitely got to get back and visit and stuff. But they love it here, and they got it worked out because they were the X factor there.
Right.
So you moved here with the intentions of opening a restaurant.
Yeah. Initially, it was Jersey Mike's.
Okay.
So I was going back and forth with Jersey Mike's. I was just going to do the franchise thing.
Yeah.
And they gave me, well, they had talked about giving me some areas between here and Memphis. And I was just like, that's just too far. Nashville had apparently been already tapped in or whatever. So we came up with a new concept, and it wasn't, I mean, not difficult. I mean, in the back of my head, I always wanted to do my own thing anyway.
Yep.
We all usually do at some point, right?
Yeah.
So we just kind of created the branding, the concept. My wife came up with the name. I thought it was pretty good, so we.
Now, are you Mr. J? Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming Mr. J original is it's original recipes.
Yeah, I mean, it's original recipes, but also that sense of like classics, you know, the original. Like
Okay.
there's some great burger places and stuff but we try to bring it back home where the food kind of tastes like, you know, the burger's like something your dad made in the backyard when you were,
Yeah.
you know, 15 or something.
Yeah.
Your mom made your burger on the griddle at home.
Yeah.
It's just classic. We're not trying to do too much.
Yeah.
We still add, we have toppings and stuff like that, but I like the simplicity makes things easier. Just like that sandwich, you know, it doesn't
Yeah.
need a lot. It just, if you do it the right way,
That does not.
it'll be appreciated.
It's great. Let's take a quick break, and then we'll come right back. Welcome back to Single Tree Nation, guys. I'm your man, Charlie Eblin, and as always, we have our illustrious co-host, Mr. Derry Wells, with us today, and we have a special guest from Mr. J's Originals.
Felt like he got stuck in the intro again, right? Okay, that's
I paused for a little bit longer than I wanted to, but I saw his face change and then start giggling, and so I just rolled with it.
All right, that's
It
fine.
was just kind of funny.
I'm not upset by it. It just caught us off guard.
You know, we can't do anything consistent around here. It's always got to be something off the bar. Oh, my Lord. Goodness gracious. All right, so, Jason, we were talking about you moving to Nashville and throwing darts and just found a place.
Yeah. How we got here.
So you got to decided that franchise wasn't a thing. I've always felt like franchise made it felt like I wasn't really an owner.
Yeah.
Like, you're the owner and you get to keep all the profit, but somebody else can come in and tell you what to do. Doesn't really make me feel like an owner.
Yeah.
Right.
So
How much, just real quick, for when you are franchising something like that, how much leniency do you have as the franchisee to shake things up that you want to? Zero.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay. I mean, I'm not saying like that you would ever change the menu or stuff, but like if you wanted to, so great example, some of the local places that I'm thinking of, like they'll bring in like some of the local high school football helmets, or they'll hang the local university jersey on the wall, stuff like that. Is that just written in that, hey, you can do the local school and that's it? Or is it like, did they, and I know y'all may not know the particulars, but I'm just saying it's going to be extremely limited, right? From what you're allowed to do.
I have a friend of mine who that's all he does is franchising.
Okay.
So he would take a Mr. J's, a Single Tree, Buster's, whatever, turn them into a franchise.
Okay.
Whatever that franchise wants is what you're allowed to do.
Okay.
So he may say, I care less what the interior looks like, but you're going to make every recipe exactly the same.
Right.
No questions, period, end of discussion. He may say, I may go, everything has to look just like this. All the recipes for the core menu have to be the same, but you can do whatever specials you want.
Okay.
Right? but it can only be a daily special,
Right.
whatever. Or I can say, no, you have to do exactly what I do every single day. And if you don't, then I can pull your franchise agreement.
Okay.
So it's up to the business, I guess, to decide the.
It's up to
details.
it's up to whatever business. So Jimmy John, Subway, McDonald's, whatever company you want to go into, they will all be different.
Sure.
It was an interesting experience, though, because I did get, I don't want to say too far, but maybe halfway, they required you to talk to 3 other owners. And they give you this long database, like 10 pages of all these guys. And some have 2, some have like 30-something locations. So it was good talking to some of them, just getting some insight. I remember one guy said, just remember it's going to take you 18 months to get open, from you find a place to opening doors. And I thought he was crazy. And then when we got to this, Mr. J's, I remember
You
that
knew right there.
conversation.
How much did, even though you wound up not going with the franchise part, how much did that give you some experience or some wisdom as you ventured off into your own? Like you said, the 18 months, were there other elements of that you're like, man, I remember, so-and-so said that, or was it just kind of a good having in the back of your mind?
Yeah, just that. I don't remember too much. I mean, maybe a few discussions on like debt services and things like that they would kind of point out, like advice. But that was pretty much it. I mean, they were all pretty nice, friendly people. Busy. I mean, I think that guy I'm talking about, he was the second largest franchisee.
Oh, wow.
And was currently at that time was already in the literally. He says, I'm opening 4 more. They're in the process. So he was obviously he's loves that concept and
Sure.
doing pretty good with it.
Sure.
So, yeah, but then we ended up, doing this thing, and I'm happy, obviously, with the choice. I think there's a lot more legwork and long-term planning. I think because their brand is essentially turnkey. This thing, we got a long road to get the name out there. So that's the downside.
There's gives and takes.
Sure. Well, I'm thinking about when you have, a one-off, an original, place of your own. I mean, you're developing menus, you're developing recipes, you're developing all the advertisement, logos, whatever. Then you step into the restaurant, design, layout, all that stuff. And you haven't even touched anything towards trying to put a employee in place. Or, I can't imagine the amount of taxes.
And that's where some of the franchise stuff comes in handy.
Sure.
Because they have the support system.
Exactly. Yeah.
That the playbook is written for you.
Right. Well, I'm trying to think about those two aspects as somebody that's not in that world. And I think I go back to what you said, though. Like, I still want to be mine. I still want to be able to have the local acoustic night, or have
And
this
look, and some of
special or
those
whatever it may
those
be.
brands will allow you to do stuff like that.
Okay.
Right? Like you could have you could buy a Chili's franchise, for an example, just to name. And then if you wanted to have live music, you could probably do that.
Okay.
Right? Where, the Applebee's may not let you do that.
Right. Sure.
It just depends on what it is. So, but at the same time, somebody can come in and go, hey, you're not doing that right. Fix it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, again, I think
Okay.
the advantage is they have that name built in. That's what I would think. It's almost like not instant, but more rapid sales flow and traffic, which is kind of the key to the game.
yeah, built-in marketing and built-in
Built-in base.
base support, all the things. There's people you can call when you have questions. Right now, if I have a question, I call Derry.
I was a secret shopper one night. He's like, hey, I'm not in town or whatever it was. Like, you run by for me. I was like, are you serious right now? I was like, do you care? I was like, no, I don't care. I just didn't know. So
Had to go.
right.
Nothing crazy? Nothing
No,
crazy to report?
no, it was all good. It was funny. I
only fired 3 people.
Yeah. But what was great about it, I looked up, I called him, I was like, hey, is there another guy? And I described that. Was he doing the same thing? It's like, yeah. So he stood out. I don't know. I probably stood out too. But anyhow, that said, kind of rolling into, you say the franchises have a built-in, like the advertisement, that kind of stuff. You've done a really good job with your social media. Now, I've just got you on Instagram. But like, for example, you had mentioned something about the sandwich right before the show aired. And you were like, yeah, it's what's in that box. And then literally it's below what you have pinned. It's your like third one.
Yeah.
And like it just like it looks righteous. And so
It is righteous.
oh man, it was so good. But that's one of those sandwiches. I know I'm interjecting myself here, but my wife's not a big sandwich person. I'd get her to try that.
You might try that.
Because I like that right there.
That's good.
Now I know what she's going to put ranch on it. Don't hold it against her. But like, because that's not you, it's her. But she is.
It's all good.
I took her.
She's like she's the guest that you just bring a gallon of ranch to at the beginning of the service.
Yeah. So she's probably very particular with. She can point out they have good ranch or not good ranch, right?
All
Oh,
of
yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She doesn't just love any ranch.
I
She
was
can tell you the
stoked
brand.
to take her. Yes, she can. I was stoked to take her to his joint. Like I'm talking him up, right? And we get over there, and she gets a little bit of ranch. She looks at me, and I was like, "What?" She's like, and I was like, "Don't be like that." And she goes, "It's probably the Hidden Valley." He busted out laughing. I assume it still is. It's like a year and a half ago, and he was like, "Yeah," like that. I just pulled out. Like she knows. She absolutely knows. But
I'm a barbecue joint. We don't make ranch.
That's what I was gonna say.
that's what I told her.
not
Like,
gonna be
he's
a
not even
top-
supposed to have it there, babe. Like.
I got Alabama white sauce all day long. We
Tried
make
to
fresh
sell her
every
on
day.
it too. I was
Yeah.
like, they have a ranch alternative. No, I may as well have just
That's the way
cussed.
to go. With
So,
some Alabama
I had
white
somebody-
sauce.
His is good.
Do the white sauce too?
Speaking of that, I had somebody tell me the other day that
Y'all,
they said, "Hey, can I get the other ranch? We don't like this one."
Oh yeah.
I said, "Do you want the white sauce or actual ranch?" And they were like,
no, yeah.
"Oh, we want the white sauce."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, because that's whatever. It's
That's-
hilarious."
But backing up though to y'all have got some fun events going on. You got like a cruise in happening. Speaking of sauces, you got a full page of all the sauces listed and stuff.
Sauces,
So, I mean, you were talking about the advertisement with the built-in stuff from a franchisee standpoint. How much time, effort have you poured into the social media, knowing that makes a difference? Because I mean, you've got some big notoriety here from some of the local places around Nashville. Nashville scene has made a couple of comments and posts and
Yeah, I mean-
some different things. So, how much does that help when you think, well, the franchise would have done this, but then you still get the local flavor?
Well, it helps a lot. I got to be involved and push as much as I can with all of them. Thank God they're all people like, especially like you two, willing to reach out and we can connect and do something, because I need every little bit of it, because of that main component that a Jersey Mike's or a Firehouse Subs, they have that built-in audience that takes 5-10 years to build. In their case, maybe 30. Who knows?
Right.
And so we all want to get there as soon as possible to that. So in retrospect, I mean, I don't really think about them anymore, Jersey Mike's, in that whole situation.
Right.
Unless I'm getting a sandwich there. Now it's just building our brand and working with these guys. We do like a lot of Instagram stuff. What was it, like Nashville Scene, that Burger Week thing they
Yeah.
did. That led us to a connection with Lightning 100, which is a local radio
Yep.
station in the city over there. And those are some great guys. They've helped us. We're do little spots with them on their show. Good people there. And just more stuff like that. I just try to, but like kind of how you said in the beginning, just authentic. I mean, just try to, and everybody we've encountered is good people.
Yeah.
So it makes it easy to do this stuff. It makes, hopefully we have a little fun in the process. And,
Do you find Tennessee easier than California? And not in a personal sense. You had said it kind of had started getting harder in California.
yeah, I mean, it's easier. I don't want to say anything bad about all my people. In
No.
California.
No. We are strictly talking business licenses and just operating.
It's easy. I didn't get to an actual restaurant with permits and all that stuff, in California, to be fair. But here I was, not that it was easy, because they give you a long list of all
Sure.
kinds of stuff. And
I've heard all the nightmare stories.
It's a little
but-
daunting. But when it came to the people, inspectors, all of them from every department, they were all very cool.
Okay.
They work with us.
Yeah.
It was still hard, but it was more stuff that was on our end. You have to fix that. You have to do that. So
Right.
it's not really them. Fire department, inspectors over there, everybody was great. I mean,
Tougher because it's the old building also?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Because there was some new ones that we looked at. There would be a lot less headaches.
Mm-hmm.
But, of course, I ended up picking the most challenging option. But I looked at it like,
That's what we always do.
you learned all that. So in the next one,
Sure.
maybe it'll be a little easier.
Sure.
But who knows? Probably, there's always something, right? Comes up.
Well, you threw that out there, so I'm going to go ahead. Are we talking the next one?
I mean, I have to. I'd like to, but I'm not there yet because I think we got a little bit more work to do at the current location.
Sure.
That base, building that audience, but definitely got to do a few more.
Yeah.
A few more. Yeah.
We've had some guests on in the past, and you could tell some of them have that hesitancy to grow because they've got a check mark of, hey, I want to be here before I do it. And we've had 2 or 3 that just pull the trigger early, and they're like, "Hey, let's go now."
Yeah.
And the part that I find unique between all of them is none of them are right, none of them are wrong.
Yeah.
Like it literally just kind of has to fit for where they are. And I know, like even with talking with Charlie, sometimes it's just if the opportunity's there.
Yeah.
Like if the right thing walks in the door, like I'm not going to let it go, but at the same time, I'm not going to chase a rabid dog down the street.
We always say that I'm not trying to do it fast. I'm not trying to do it slow. I'm trying to do it right.
Right.
Okay.
And it may be I could open 3 locations in the next 2 years. I could open no more locations in the next 2 years, right? It has to be the right fit, right time. Because if it's not the right fit at the right time, you're not going to have the right people in place. And if you don't have the right people in place, you're not going to have the right restaurant.
Right.
Doesn't matter how good you are.
Yeah.
You got to have people to back you up. Because once you get past one, you can't do it all anymore.
Yeah.
One, you can do all.
Yeah, that's what
Right.
one thing I've heard too. It's at 1 you can just be there, but now once you get to 2, now you have to divide up all that time into 2 places.
Look, it's one of the my favorite things about my career. I've been fortunate enough to be in executive level roles where I had 10, 20, 30 restaurants underneath me. And the more you get, the more people you have to have. It's not more people you would like to have.
Right.
It's more people you have to have because you can't be in 2 places at one time.
Right. Yeah.
So, your truck orders are going to be due at the same time. Payroll is going to be due at the same time. They're open at the same time. You can't manage this restaurant's operation and that restaurant operation at the same day, same time, right? It's just impossible. So now where you don't have to have a GM in your current location because you're there 7 days a week from open to close, busting tail, doing everything you can, making sure it's clean, serving sandwiches like that, you're going to be a very famous man.
Be busy, man. Like
But
that's
and all that's great. But the next one,
Yeah.
you got to clone everybody in that restaurant and put them in the second one.
Yep.
And if you can't do that, then it's not the right time.
And it's hard enough even having the current team.
Oh,
That's
amen to
exactly
that.
what I was about to ask. Like with just your current staff, and because I'm sure there's turnover and there's ups and downs, and you find
Look,
that one
I
that you
told my
don't want to
wife-
let go, and they
I looked up last night, and I have spent over $1,200 in the last 40 days for ad placement for employees.
Man, that's the worst. I was complaining about that the other day to her. And then half of them don't even show up to the interviews.
Nope.
Is that a generational thing, or is that current situational society thing? Is it just a blend of it all?
I think it's a combination of things, right? They say some people, for what's that reason? They just have to prove that they have an interview for something. So they do that, I guess. I don't
Your
know.
corrections officer? Like, what is that?
Unemployment.
Yeah, okay.
Unemployment's another one.
So you're trying.
Any government benefits.
Okay.
You have
If
to be
you're
actively
unemployed and
trying,
if you're unemployed and getting government benefits,
I mean,
then you have
'cause
to prove to them that you're looking for a job.
I can't imagine making an appointment not showing up just on a whim of just because that's not what
I would tell you, man, today's world has changed a lot from a employment standpoint.
Sure.
And I don't think it ranges from, what employment it is, whether it's a dishwasher, a GM, or a CEO. I think it's all the same. People have changed.
Sure.
COVID was a big part of it, right? That changed the whole landscape in restaurants. It didn't change the way we do, but it changed the pay scale and what people realized what they could get paid and how much less work they had to do to get paid that.
Yeah, for sure.
So
I'm glad you brought that up because I read a article the other day that the CEO of McDonald's, maybe CFO, was one of them. He had letters. He said that lower income people are eating at McDonald's less. And the comments just lit him up. Well, lit the comments up. No, they weren't directed at him, but it was just, and because the thing was, you're right. because for my family of 3 to go to McDonald's now is $34 and I can go to the local Mexican joint for $2 more, sit down. And so, you know, they were showing that diversity. And I think, you know, from an aspect of, you said it changes that pay scale, it changes what's going on, and it did all the way down, even to the fast food, the convenience of going to grab that. But, you know, some of my students come in, they're talking about, man, I make $16, $17 an hour working at the drive-thru. Yeah. And I'm like, you still got my order wrong. Like, you know, just that kind of thing. You know, you just see what I'm saying? And just because that did change that element, but
some of it's relative too, right?
Sure.
I mean, if you talk about our first jobs, you know, my first job, I was making $5-something an hour, $5.15.
We are not trying to make us look that old.
But the point is this: is if you go to my father and say, "Hey, how much money did you make at your first job?"
Right.
He's gonna be like, "Oh, I made 75 cents an hour."
Yeah.
You know, back in my day, we walked up the hill both ways to school in the snow with no shoes.
My first raise was a dime.
But that's my point, right?
Right? I know. I'm just saying.
So some of it is relative,
right?
And I'm not saying that the restaurant didn't need to true up. The restaurant industry didn't need to true up.
I'm sorry, but y'all, could you imagine going up to one of your employees, but hey, you've really been busting it over the last 6 months. Here's a dime. Like they walk out the door before you can finish the sentence. I feel like they would.
We're not supposed to do that.
I'm sure they think it was a joke for sure, right? They wouldn't take me seriously.
Right. I mean, I went from 515 to 525 because I learned the new computer system first. And they're like, we really appreciate your help. And I was like,
But that's interesting, though, how you said the new generation, where they're at, and how you said, because if you think back to what our grandfathers were doing when they were 18 for 18, 19, and then think about what your dad was doing at 18, 19 for work. And then what we were doing it's kind of changed. It's not that my dad wasn't doing the same level of work. Not to say he wasn't, but it was different kinds of work.
Sure.
Right?
Oh yeah. Sure.
Over those generations. Yeah. And now my kids, or your kids at 18, 19, what's that work? Then the new generation, it's something we have to it's inevitable. We have to kind of adapt to it, you know?
My son stayed
my
blue
kids
collar.
are doing the exact same thing I was doing.
Yeah. Mine actually is working for some buddies of mine who we all started out together back in the day. So, but he stayed in that blue collar route and stuff. And he thought for a while, he's like, hey, I'm going to switch trades. And he goes back and he's like, man, I really liked where I was. Yeah. And he has very much understood that pride of work and what he does. And no matter if anybody else sees it, right, that's my work that's out there. And that's not to say that generationally that some of these kids aren't there or people aren't there, but you know, like you said, I look at what my dad was doing, and it is not that. And you know, like, and I was not doing what he did.
The thing that kills me is if you look at it, like my 19-year-old works for me. Right. He does the same thing that I did when I was his age. Worked in a restaurant, and the hourly wage that he makes, comparative to what I made, is crazy. I mean, he's a salaried manager comparative to what, like he's making GM salary for when I was his age working in a restaurant.
27 years ago, though.
Easy.
I think that's what makes it hard to hire people too, because I mean, they have these expectations.
Yes.
Of salary or hourly wage, and there's only so much you can do. I mean,
only so much you can do. Well, speaking of dining at places, we have a segment on our show called Table for Two. Okay. And in this segment, if you could have dinner with anyone, past, present, or future, who would it be and why?
Like, not my wife included. That's past,
present, or future.
That's y'all got to ride home. I don't. That's
right. Look, I'll be honest with you.
I'm just like, look.
I already have the answer. But.
I'll be honest with you. My knee jerk reaction was one thing, and then I thought about it a little bit more, and I think I've settled on Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, I think that would be an epic dinner to be able to have, and probably change the world, let alone just my little old piddly life. You know what I mean? But everybody answers it differently, and if it was, you know, you want to have dinner with your wife, then hey, that's on you.
No, I was going to say the same thing. It would be Jesus probably first, you know. So that's,
you know what the first question you'd ask him is? I'm getting deep now.
Getting deep now.
Yeah.
First question I'd ask me if I'm sitting here.
Here, I'll give you a second. Wait, you ask Jesus. You got one question. What are you going to ask him?
I thought you were just going to ask me what my answer. I
Now
was
he
going to say
needs
my
a second.
grandfather. Like, yeah, like mine would be my mom's dad. To skip back to that part, not to say that Jesus isn't an awesome answer. I just remember him. I was only.
It doesn't have to be your answer.
I know.
Now you make me
I'm
feel
just
bad.
saying. Yeah, right. But he
It was a trick question.
right. I failed. All right. Well,
That's why Patrick
good.
doesn't want me to hang out with
That's
you.
right. No, but my grandfather died when I was 6, and the very minimal memories I have of him.
Yeah.
But then all the stories that all the family keeps saying,
Yeah.
like that'd be a heck of a dinner.
Yeah.
And it'd be simple, and it'd be just to throw it back. He used to chew Bull of the Woods chewing tobacco, and it was a bar. It was real tough. Like it's not pleasant. It's not what anybody today would do. And in high school and college, I was like, I'm going to be like my grandfather, and I'm going to chew Bull of the Woods. And I bought a piece of that stuff, and about 3 minutes and 17 seconds later, I pulled over at the
very
corner of Highway 90. I know why, because I left Brent Robinson's house driving down Highway 96, and I had to pull over, and I knew right where I was going. And I'm talking, didn't even get out of the car, just there it all went. And so, my grandfather was cooler than I am, so that's what I guess. I don't know, but
tried.
but as far as the question to ask Jesus, I just
That's a left field right
It
there.
is, because like you could literally go somewhat. You could go with what you think historically or biblically you'd go with. Do you make it personal? Do you go like, why not this or that? And I think I would just have to settle on ultimately, what's it like knowing that you already knew the end and still subjecting yourself to it? I mean, right? See, that's-
Yeah.
But because
Great answer.
he
pretty good
spent
answer.
33 years knowing what the end was.
I was gonna say my question would be like, can I offer you a pastrami sandwich or something? I'm serious. That's what
Another great
So,
answer.
like, do you like pastrami?
Do you like pastrami?
Where's that from? Like, just,
What verse is that? That's amazing.
That is
great.
outstanding. What would you ask Jesus? Do you like pastrami?
do you like it? Do you want a
Do you
pastrami
want it?
sandwich?
Sorry. I screwed it up. That is
What about you,
outstanding.
Charlie?
FYI, yes, I think Jesus he'd take that.
He'd take that.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Because that's
Yeah.
phenomenal.
gotta eat.
That's gotta eat.
Yeah.
What's the old Clint Eastwood? Bugs gotta eat, same as birds. I mean, that's, I just aged myself a whole lot. I guarantee there's people don't know who Clint Eastwood is anymore. So,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
valid. So, all right. Mac and beans. You got a mac and beans?
I do, based on your Instagram page. And I feel like I know your answer. Well, let's get mac or beans is our this or that segment.
Okay.
You go to Charlie's or any barbecue restaurant.
Okay.
Here's your protein: macaroni and cheese or the barbecue baked beans.
It's usually barbecue baked beans.
Okay.
For me. But I love mac and cheese, but I tend to order the beans more.
Yeah. All right. I still, every week I wish we'd have kept track. Beans is on a great streak right now. Like they're
Beans
just
is on a good
strong
streak. It is. I think it's like the
You gotta
last
put a
3 or
chart
4.
up here or something.
Yeah,
Put
right.
chalk marks
Little
in
chalk
there.
marks, just tick marks. But that being said, based on your Instagram page, you've got a phenomenal pastrami sandwich, and I can speak to that.
Yeah.
But you got some great looking burgers on there.
Right. For
So you walk into the restaurant, it's slow enough, you're going to take a moment to eat. You getting the pastrami or you getting a burger?
It's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. It changes. It varies, man. We got a good hot dog, an all beef hot dog. We got our fried chicken sandwich. So like when people come up, a customer will ask, what do you recommend? I obviously I say the pastrami. That's kind of our specialty. But like they'll ask me that question. Like if you were here right now, what are you gonna eat? I'm like they're like my kids up there. I don't really put.
You don't want to make one feel bad?
I don't want to feel bad, and you'll be happy with all of them.
Sure.
But I switch it up. Sometimes you can only eat the same thing every day. So pastrami. Next day I'll have a burger. But honestly, I can't eat every day hot dogs and burgers and pastrami sandwich.
Right.
But, so I switch it up. I eat the fried chicken sandwich once in a while. The burgers are good because we're making them. I see them going out. We got this cowboy burger with onion rings, barbecue sauce, and bacon and cheddar cheese.
I can go ahead and tell you right now, that's the one I'd order.
Yeah,
I don't even know which other ones you got on the list, and that's the one I'd order.
Bacon avocado.
Bacon avocado. That's
sounds
a good
good, too.
one. And then the bacon jalapeno burger. That's a new one that's popular. You know, we chop up the jalapenos, grill them with the grilled onions, and it's a good looking burger.
All right, I may have to walk back that cowboy burger real quick because that bacon jalapenos.
Like I said, they're all you enjoy them. We keep it simple. The meat, the fresh patties, a little bit of a thicker, not like a smash burger.
Yeah.
A little thicker. I mean, they're damn good. Some people they cringe on the price a little bit. I don't think we're that expensive, but we're serving super quality fresh stuff, and it's just
Listen, I have learned from a price point. I used to be when I was younger, before I had my own money to do things with, I was looking at well, I don't want to go there. It's going to be $20, $25. It's going to be $14, $15, whatever.
Yeah.
Now that I've gotten to the point where there is a significant difference between your local fast food joint and walking in and getting a burger at your place or, barbecue at his, I'm going to pay that. I don't have a problem with it.
Right.
Now, that said, there's a local place that apparently has 5 cooks in the back, and I still think theirs is wildly expensive.
Yeah.
And there's a balance in there somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
there's got to be a balance for sure.
Right. But I love I had somebody ask me the other day about his joint, and they're like, is it expensive? And I was like, first of all, barbecue's expensive. You just don't render and yield a bunch off of what you get.
Yeah.
And my response to him was, well, it's not barbecue expensive, but it's a good fair meal for what you get.
Yeah.
I'd tell people, and his barbecue, while I love it, it's not even my favorite thing. I'm going to get one of his 2 burgers or his wings,
really?
all smoked, all has the elements, got the brisket on the burger. So we're not taking away from what his restaurant is, but if you need to save $1, go get a burger.
Yeah.
If you want to sit down for a barbecue meal, there's something for you there too. And so that's what I would as soon as you said the hot dogs, I'm like, I'd go there for a hot dog. Just go grab lunch. But then if I want to sit down,
I used to be a really big price person when it came to pricing my menu, and I have completely changed my train of thought. Number one, we didn't start businesses to not make a profit.
Right.
Right. The number one rule of business is to stay in business. Right. That's your number one job every day is just open up tomorrow.
Right.
So you got to do whatever you can today to stay open up tomorrow. If it costs you, if the food costs you more than 30%, then you're not going to be in business tomorrow.
Right.
Because by the time you get your labor cost at another 30%, you get all your supplies and utilities and insurance and mortgage and rent and all the things. There's another 50%. Well, now we're at 120 and we hadn't paid ourselves yet, but we're 20% in the hole. So restaurants are the finest margins of any industry in the world. We work harder than almost any other industry in the world, and we make the least amount. So you have to be able to find different ways to do things. And I have realized that if you focus on producing the highest quality food you can and produce an undeniable hospitality, right? And get people to come back because your service is that damn good and the food is just as good, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you charge for it. I walked into a burger joint in this town and paid $17 for a burger. It was me, my wife, and 2 kids, my 2 youngest children, and we got 4 burgers and 12 wings and 1 side of fries, and it was $80-something. That's crazy.
Where was
crazy.
Where was that at, you said?
Here in town.
Just a spot here in town?
Just a spot here in town.
Gotcha.
All right. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But I love that place.
Yeah.
And I always go back because I love that place.
right.
It's not about the price. It's the fact that when I go there, I know I'm going to get great service.
Yeah.
The food's good. It's crazy. It's expensive, and I know it, but I keep going back.
How much of that though? If I say, hey, I'm cruising through Nashville, I stop in at Mr. J's. I've already made my decision on where I'm eating. I didn't pull up and like, oh, well, he's got $3 signs next to his Google search, you know what I'm saying? And so I've already decided where I go. Now, if I get inside and I decide, ooh, that's a little cheap, I may find my way through the menu, you know what I'm saying? But ultimately, I think a lot of people, like what you said, you've got 3 reasons you go somewhere, right? And it's convenience and the destination. I can't remember the last one.
Somebody you know.
Yep.
You go to eat somewhere because, okay, now we know Jason. We're going.
Right.
We're not going to eat at Jason's because of the pastrami now. We're
I
going
am.
to eat, well,
No, that's
it's a double-edged sword now. But,
Right.
But we know him.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
we want to help support him. So
Yeah.
we're going to go eat there, right? You know, we can make a pastrami sandwich anywhere. That's not the point. We want to support him. So we're going to go help support him. That's why we're going to go there. This pastrami is just a double edge, right?
Yeah.
That's just, oh my goodness. But it's either that, there's a specific item on the menu that you're looking for, like one of his burgers, the pastrami, whatever, right? You may not know Jason, but you've seen that and had that and it's delicious, so you want to go back and get it. Or it's a convenience.
Yeah.
There's a reason why McDonald's is in business,
Yeah.
right? Cardboard on a cardboard bun isn't delicious. It's
Right.
just not.
Right.
So to accomplish the brand that they have is simply because they have built the convenience to be able to go and get it.
Correct. Well, that's what I'm saying though. Once I'm already in, like I knew I'm going to Mr. J's.
Yeah.
I'll find my way through whatever it is. I'm not worried about that. I'm going to Charlie's. I'll find, like if I'm like, oh, I didn't want to spend $18 on a half rack ribs. Oh, but he's got a burger for $12. You know, he's got a, side of wings for, whatever. So we're going to work our way through that. And that's why I think when people say price point, unless it's just outrageous, I mean, you're good. I mean, because I know I'm going out to eat for that reason. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jason, if people are trying to find Mr. J's Original, how do they do that?
Yeah, find us on Google if you want to come down 45 Hermitage Avenue or Instagram. It's at Mr. J's Original is the handle. What else?
Are you on TikTok, Facebook, any other ones?
Yeah, TikTok, Facebook, same handle at Mr. J's Original. Mr. is like just abbreviated MR.
Yep.
JS Original, and then you got the website spelled the same way, MrJ'sOriginal.com. Online ordering on DoorDash, Uber Eats, and all that stuff.
And you use Toast as well, right?
Yeah, we're with Toast.
So you can
POS.
order straight through your website?
Yep. Straight through website.
So order straight through his website. If you like DoorDash, you can. Order straight through his website.
help a brother out.
Help him out. For those of you who don't know, DoorDash, Uber Eats, and all them take 30% of our revenue.
Yeah, it's brutal.
So order through his website.
I remember the first time he told me that. I said, "What'd you just say?"
Yeah.
He's like, 30%, man.
What's the
I was
point?
Crazy.
Gosh. Anyway.
Yeah. Open 7 days a week?
7 days a week. Yep. Breakfast from 9 a.m. We open at 9 a.m., close at 8:30 p.m. every day. Breakfast is 9 a.m. to 11:30 every day. Breakfast burritos, real good breakfast burritos. Kind of a classic like diner breakfast. You can get eggs and hash browns and stuff, pancakes, breakfast sandwiches, and then lunches all day.
I love that.
Want a burger at
What time do you
9
close?
8:30 p.m.
Nice.
every day. Yeah.
I'd be that guy walk in and order a burger at 9 a.m. though. Like that's just, I'm just saying.
It happens. The frustrating thing is when somebody orders chili fries at like 9:30. This stuff's got to heat up. You know?
Yeah. I love it. Don't order chili fries at 9:30.
Wait till 10:30. We'll be good. Like that's
You can even wait till 11. It'll be all right.
that's right. That's right.
Derry, you got a Friday feel good for
I
us?
do. In a wild world that we live in, here are some simple life improvements. Stop responding immediately to everything. Text, emails, requests, some of them need to take time. Think, respond intentionally, sometimes not even at all. Immediate responses train people that you're always available, and you're not. So act like it. Y'all know what to do. Find somebody you know, tell them you love them.
Why do I feel like you're talking to me?
Look, man, it hits everybody right now. 'Tis the season.
Man,
So-
it is. Jason, we appreciate you coming to hang out with us today.
Thank you,
I
guys.
appreciate the sandwich, man.
The
That is
sandwiches
killer.
were
Like
outstanding. The coffee cup's going to be used shortly.
I got a whole night to get through. So like,
Yeah, you too. I'm delivering a cater order at 2 a.m.
I'm not doing that,
I will literally be using it shortly.
perfect.
We appreciate you very much for coming to hang out with us.
Yeah,
It's going to be
likewise,
awesome.
appreciate the invite. Yeah.
Thanks, Jason.
Do it again at some point. Yeah.
Guys, you know what to do. Please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We air every Saturday morning on ESPN 94.9 from 8 until 9 a.m. If you want to get involved, please feel free to reach out to me. You can email me at charlie@singletreebbq.com, or you can call me at 615-307-0120. And until next time, we'll see you then.
That'll be good.